Hello, everyone. It is once again Friday. Somehow. And we're here to rank 8-bit Nintendo games. I'm Jeff Gerstmann. Welcome. We have ranked 597 games. That means there's 100 and something, 160, 150, somewhere in the neighborhood of that remaining. If my math is correct. And yeah, I don't know. I'd say we're closing in on it, but you know, when we go from what is it? We've been averaging. It's like probably like 4 to 6, somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 games a week, right? So 150, 100. You know, like it's we've still got a while to go. We've still got a while to go. Don't sit there and lick your lips for like, where is Teddy Boy going to end up on the list, or whatever. Where is Galactic Bowling going to end up on this list? Where is Mindstorm going to end up on this list? Because we have a whole lot left to go here. A lot of these games have been suggested by you. This is your fault. You can go to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. You get an ad-free version of the regular podcast. You get a bonus podcast every week. And if you become an advisor, you can recommend games for this very stream. We have a fresh list of those recommendations here to contend with. So why don't we get going here? Are we going to see a game that is worse than Raid 2020? Is today the day? Is today the day that we see a game that is better than Mega Man 2? Probably not. But you never know. That's the magic. Let's take it over here and see what we've got. All right. Jason recommended this one. And I'm not sure which version to run here. I'm just gonna. Sorry, I'm gonna. Before we fire this up, I'm gonna go look and see if there is a version of this with retro achievements. Before we dive in, just to save us from having to dig through potentially 6 different versions of a game. 1.4. That's weird. Okay, that's not even the latest version, but that's the one we'll use. Sure. It is an unlicensed video game. It is from your friends at Wisdom Tree. Let's all get under the tree and experience Bible Adventures. Another Nina joint on the graphics. I didn't realize that this was a collection of 3 different games. I'm very excited. Oh, look at this. He's like, look at this. I got a goat. Let's kill it, man. For the Lord. You know, or whoever. He's like, I got a bird. It's raining. We've got to go, bird. And Baby Moses, which I get, this is probably Pac-Man or something. I don't know. Let's start at the top. God saw how corrupt the earth had become and said to Noah, I'm going to put an end to all the people, man. I am surely going to destroy both them and the earth. So you build an ark. I'm going to bring floodwaters. Get all the creatures. Get all the creatures out of here, because the animals are fine. It's the people. What is the problem? Oh, this feels good. Oh, okay. So is this just like, do I hit this button to praise? Is that what we're doing here? Is it like a hallelujah button? Do I jump on you and pick you up? Okay. Oh, okay. So it's like a Super Mario Brothers 2 sort of scenario. Did I break the game already by launching him up there? Do I need that snake? Pushing up on trees, cavern walls, and ladders allows you to climb. I'm glad that they put that there. Because I never would have... I would... Oh, okay. Are we going to heaven? What? Oh, hang on. Oh, God! Is this my boat? Is it okay? What do you? Let's see what this. While walking, pressing B will make you run faster and jump farther. Super frickin' Mario Brothers over here. But whoever listens to me will live in the safety and be at ease without fear of harm. Okay, is that what is that a tip for? What is? Okay, do I need to bring the monkey to the door? Come here, monkey. Yeah! Inventory. We got a lady monkey. Rotate your stack of objects. Hot music here. What the f... What in... Get the pig! And the implication is that I can hold more than one thing, I guess, by what it was saying. So you come with... Oh, okay, yeah. It's like I'm playing... It's like they turned Clax into a platformer. No! Where'd that fucker go? Alright. Did he go back to his spawn point? Okay, it looks like I can only carry 2, because as soon as I hit the button again, it throws it. The movement is, what the... Can I not climb ladders when I have 2? Why did it throw that animal? What? And it disappeared. It despawned again. All right, we're just doing... Fuck. You get over here. Get in the hole! All right, we need snakes. So we need to watch out for snakes. Because we need to pick those up too, apparently. Pig! Alright, well, I got this friggin'... This looks like a Pokemon. This horse looks too fancy. Like a fancy legendary Pokemon. I didn't mean to go back in here, but okay. Like the momentum on the movement is such that like it takes you a minute to get going. And then you skid like it takes a little while to what? Why did I What happened there? All right, you're going in the hole. I hate There must be some secret to picking up the pig. Oh, come on. Yeah, all right. We got these oxen. Got both of them. They're equally yoked. These oxen are fucking yoked, bro. This music sounds like it's generated. That's no one wrote a song for this. They wrote an algorithm for it. You know? Like, yeah, I don't know, just make the just to make occasional beeps. I did it again. I threw an animal up here. You got to come down here, buddy. Oh, you fuck ass. Come on. Can I get out of that stone wall this way? How do we get the snakes? Up on trees, cavern walls. Okay, so I can climb here. Are you saying that I can? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I picked a scale of sorts. I picked a key, if you will, and then I just told it to make random noises in that key at this kind of basic tempo. All right, maybe I can get these snakes, but not the other snakes. No. Is this hay? Do I need to get hay in order to collect certain animals, perhaps? Yeah, this pig is into it. The secret of pig collection. We solved the puzzle. We solved the mystery of the pig. We've solved the pig mystery. It's a really, it's a toe tapper. that other pig. With me are riches and honor, enduring wealth and prosperity. My fruit is better than fine gold. What I yield surpasses choice silver. These are dope rhymes, man. Pig secrets. We need a horse, a monkey, and a snake. Snake get! That's what the Japanese version said when you found the snake. I like to get. We need a monkey and a horse. God damn it, I need a monkey and a horse. We got a banana. Is that a banana? It looks like it could be a banana. What? We're monkeyed up. Baited. I don't need no banana for no horse. Horse. It's like wild horses, you know? All with this boppin' soundtrack. Noah checks his inventory. We got the 7 animals. I mean, there's no more, right? It's like we beat a level in Zookeeper. Stadow! Stadow! Get ready to climb those trees. Is it because there's a flood coming? I mean, we could probably just climb the tree. I mean... Oh, shit. Hey, asshole. Put you on my boat. Ah! Forget Adventure of Samsara. This is the follow-up to Adventure we're waiting for. Get in there, Toucan. We need blackbirds and blue jays and eagles and raccoons and pandas and turtles and toucans. Yeah, he checked his inventory and went, oh shit, there are fucking way more animals, dude. I got cows and oxen. I thought that was enough, but dude, no, there's way more. This is fucking fucked. Just like the bats in Adventure. You need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. Okay. Is this like bird seed over? All right, I can climb the trees. I keep looking for low branches. Is this something the birds might like? Looks like a fruit of some kind. Bird, you into this? You feeling this, bird? No? Go! I mean, we've got our pandas right there, but those guys are trouble. The righteous eat to their heart's content, but the stomach of the wicked goes hungry. Okay. Animals are dickheads. They're not worth saving. Hey! Try to take you to the friggin' promised land, man. Sorry, I just gotta make sure. Okay. Okay. Is this something a bird might like? Or how about a panda? Sweet bamboo. I probably didn't need this to get a tortoise, but let's take you up while we got you. Nope, you don't. That's not for you. Okay. I mean, this looks like something a bird would be into. Hey, bird. This is no good. There was a raccoon up here. Let's try one of the other games. Try Baby Moses. Pharaoh gave this order to all his people. Every boy that is born, you must throw into the Nile, but let every girl live. Word. A man of the house of Levi married a Levite woman, and she became pregnant. Gave birth to a son. When she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him. 3 months. But when she could hide him no longer, she got a papyrus basket for him and placed the child in it and put it along the bank of the Nile. Same mechanics, huh? I suppose that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. These, the Pharaoh, the ancient Egyptians, they had all kinds of fancy advanced machines and stuff, It's like... So I walk in the midst of trouble, you preserve my life. You stretch out your hand against the anger of my foes. Those are the... Oh, God! What the fuck? This is the right way to carry children, by the way. Sucker. Ah! I wanted to read what that said. Because I know that there are retro achievements for picking all those up in some of the other... If I hit B, it throws. But if I keep B held down when picking up, then I can run. I can carry and run. This isn't very good. I don't mean to... It's fucked up. These were harsh times. How many lives you get? One. Read your Bible. It's only one guy that gets 2 lives. No, what the... Ah! What the... He picked up that kid and threw it. This is pretty bad. But it has like, oh, look at these, look at this moving platform, moving hole. Pick up, what was it, like 5 babies. It'll make a star appear, you know, like you... Hole. Like, what do you, like, what is... Now I got this. Oh, look at that. You can dust them. That's kind of cool. But, like, also, you have to be holding the baby the whole time. So it's like you can't really... that dude's back there somewhere. I ain't got no way to get up there to get him. There. I could have gone up and gone back. But what if instead I just died? This is... The nicest thing you can say about it is that it has multiple levels. David said to Saul, "Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him." Saul replied, "You're not able to fight him. You're only a boy, and he has been a fighting man from his youth." But David said to Saul, "Your servant has been keeping his father's sheep. When a lion or a bear came, I went after it, struck it, and rescued the sheep. Gather 4 sheep and bring them to the corral." Nice if it's like actually list an objective. But I'm already done with picking up animals, you know what I mean? Where do you think that corral is? Oh. Yeah, no shit. There's something about the hit animation in this when you get hit, the way they look at the screen and kind of wig out for a little bit. It reminds me of a little bit of Bonk's Adventure. We bring in the whole stack. The movement's just so bad, dude. It's really... It's really crazy. Like, it didn't need to be this way. Great. You saved all 4 sheep. thought I was going to fight a guy. I thought we were doing David and Goliath stuff. So there's no way for me to, like, start running. Yeah, because I need to... Fuck off. What? Leave me alone, man. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's like Coolio said. And if you try to run, he has to go through this full animation, so if you try to move... Yay! Man. I thought that this was going to be, you know... I got evil scorpions now. Oh, come on. Oh, too much slowdown. Too much action on screen. Get the sheep. Ah! Yeah, that's right. All sheep at once. It's like I'm playing Flicky over here. This is basically bad Flicky. And Flicky is not a good game. What you got? What is that? Get fucked. I miscalculated where that was. All right. What wisdom are you going to lay on me now? Blessed are all who fear the Lord, who walk in his ways. Blessing and prosperity will be yours. Mine? Great. I need that for a thing I'm doing. You! God has forsaken me. That sheep gone. The sheep despawned. We have to go back to the sheep spawn. Is that tree the only way back up? All right. Okay. Jump button, not always the most responsive. Oh, yeah. Come over here. So I can do this. Okay. Then, David, with his sling in hand. Okay, all right, we get to fuck a guy up now. With my slingshot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Get fucked. I like how that shit works. No? Can't go in there. Okay. The sling delivers him from all, man. Just do a ROM hack of this that just replaces all the quotes with like lines from Zardoz. This sucks. What? Without the sheep, I feel like even more lost in terms of what I'm supposed to be doing here. No, what the Ugh! It's a good, realistically moving rocks. It's everything in here is so good. Everything in here is good. Ah, come on. Okay, all right. It's like some of these jumps I need to be running to make, but the movement becomes even more erratic when you are running. And so I have to show some restraint. Oh, the scorpions are invincible, huh? What the Jump! The responsiveness of these controls, I just... Okay. I don't know. I feel like I've fallen quite a lot. Stop moving like that. Why are you... Could God make a game so bad that he could not finish it? Last time. Haha, you stood still for 5 seconds and now the screen is full of rocks! Guy just comes out and goes, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" Pop! I still don't see a way to get up here. Nope, can't climb the wall. Imagine if this whole time I could have just been climbing the wall. Come on. Come on. I'll try this one again just to make sure, but nah, no. Can't jump that way. Is there a magical platform over here? Do I just need to just have faith? Maybe if I had faith. Oh, yeah. I mean, we've seen all three of them, unless there's a secret hidden fourth game in here. I mean, shout out to Nina. Three games, all of them bad. You know, if one of them was, you know, redeeming or something, you know, like that'd be something. Something, you know? But it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Ambitious of them to try to make 3 different games instead of trying to make one that was good, but I guess at the same time, the 3 of them are so similar in terms of mechanics and whatever. It really is just kind of like, hey, we have to redraw the main character sprite because it's a little different here, but it is still a game about you picking up stuff and moving it around. You could probably make a Noah's Ark game with that idea of, okay, here's this platformer and you kind of have to like puzzle out what do you need to get these animals to come with you, or like there's a game there, you know, like a little miniature kind of platform adventure of like, oh, I found some bird seed and if I put it down here the bird will get here and I gotcha, and now I'm going to take you to the boat. And how do we get a monkey to do, you know, like there's stuff there, right? But I feel like the execution here is not great, but that Noah's Ark, that is still probably the best game of the 3. And then you've got, what is it, Baby Moses, which I for whatever reason I was hoping would be some kind of Pac-Man style game or something. I was like in my head I was gonna pick that and it was gonna be some kind of Pac-Man style maze game. I don't know why. There's something kind of interesting there. I mean, that is you know, that's where they got the idea for Yoshi's Island. Like, not a lot of people know that, but Nintendo saw this, and they can't really come out and say it in a lot of official interviews because, you know, it's an unlicensed video game. But the idea of carrying a baby across a level and not letting the baby get lost or caught, I mean, this is where they got the idea for Baby Mario and Yoshi. Like all of that stuff just comes from this, and obviously, like very, very directly. And you know, for as bad as Yoshi's Island, like for as bad as that game is, it is still significantly better than this mechanically. A lot of it comes down to like they kind of just duplicated a lot of Super Mario Brothers 2, Doki Doki Panic, Super Mario USA, whatever we want to call it. It's like similar mechanics to that, right? Where you're like, okay, I need to pick this up. You don't stand on it like you do in Mario 2, but it is a similar idea of I've got to pick this up over my head, and the button I use to do that is the same button I use to run, which I guess is not like Doki Doki Panic. You can't run, right? Like that's kind of like the one major change gameplay wise, I think, right? For that they did when they turned it into a Mario game. It's like those mechanics work really well in Mario. They work really poorly here because of the enemy reactions and the enemy behaviors. You know, where you're just getting swarmed by like 5 rocks and a guy with a spear and a spider, and you know, like, you know, and so, well, the rocks aren't in Noah, Baby Noah, whatever, Baby Moses, baby guy. But like they just kind of throw a little bit too much at you at once, and so you're just getting bopped around, and it felt like to compensate for that, they let you take a lot of hits before you do die, unless you fall in the water and then you die immediately, which is also kind of crazy. Like there is a game there too of, okay, I've got to carry this baby from point A to point B. There's a lot of obstacles in the way. We've got to figure that out, right? But again, the execution here, the controls around how you carry the baby and how you pick up the baby and how you run and your ability to just throw the baby because you tried to hit the run button while you were already carrying the baby. And there's just a lot of stuff like that gets in the way. You know, it gets in the way of itself. There's a lot of, baby handling issues for sure in this one. And then David and Goliath, like the getting the sheep and it's like bad flicky for a lot of those sheep levels. And it has a lot of the same problems that the previous game did, just in terms of, the platforming doesn't feel great as it is, and then you're getting mobbed by squirrels and stuff, and you're getting knocked off of things, and like the frustration of the just basic movement and getting around is the downfall of all three of these games. And so I like it's pretty bad. Like they're pretty bad. Like the music is awful. The nicest thing you can say about it is that Nina did a pretty good job with some of the visuals for an unlicensed game. But in terms of, if you apply the part where it came out in 1991, then yeah, maybe not so great a job, but like all of it looks okay for an unlicensed game. But it's I don't know. It's a bad freaking game. It controls really poorly. The levels are designed in a frustrating fashion. Like there's really not a lot to latch onto here, other than what I said about like, hey man, there's like at the core of this, there is a nugget of an idea that was maybe already done better somewhere else. And like, so there's aspects of this that you look at and go like, yeah, there's probably there would probably be a way to make this game good. You would just have to make a lot of different choices about your level design and some of the interactions between sprites and whatever else, right? Like there's, like if you sat down today and said, we're going to remake Bible Adventures, you could probably do a better job. I mean, it's no Bionic Commando, which is another tale of our Lord, if you think about it. It's no Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, which is extremely biblical in nature. The Adventures of Lolo 2 is a better game. You'd be better off with a copy of Muscle Tag Team Match. Why do I smell paint thinner all of a sudden? Must be nothing. I'm sure it's fine. Snake Rattle and Roll is a better game. Ninja Crusaders is better. Even Wizards and Warriors is somehow a better game than Bible Adventures. David Crane's A Boy and His Blob, Trouble on Blobalonia is better than Bible Adventures. Bible Adventure, yes, plural. 3 adventures. Is it I wiped my note. Is the back of my thumb that, no. Does my hand smell like paint thinner? No. All right. Been huffing whiteout in between streams. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Hide Lide's a better. No, there it is again. My windows. Oh, you know what? I'm going to close my window. It's probably coming from outside. Okay. Okay. Where were we? No, Kicks is a better game. 720. It does not have a Christ Air in it, but I would say that's the mere act of skateboarding is more Christ-like than anything that happens inside of Bible Adventures. Linus Spacehead's Cosmic Crusade is a better game. You'd be better off with a copy of Greg Norman's Golf Power. Exodus: Journey to the Promised Land is a better game than Bible Adventures. You know, if you want to start making like-for-like comparisons around some of these things. You would be better off with a copy of Castle Quest. You would certainly be better off with a copy of Akari 3: The Rescue. Is Bible Adventures better or worse than Bible Buffet? It's worse. It's worse. What? There's weird sound effects that come out of. I don't like it. Bible Adventure is worse than Gauntlet, which is this, but this is getting close here. Because Gauntlet is real bad. This version of Gauntlet is real bad. The devious stuff they do. This is the Satan himself came up with the meta progression and some of the ideas found inside of Gauntlet for the NES. Is Bible Adventure better or worse than Digger T. Rock: The Legend of the Lost City? It's worse. It's worse. It's worse. This is worse than The Adventures of Bayou Billy. What? Who hooked up the machine that goes ping? What? You know, Super Pitfall, when Pitfall Harry dies, he kind of is this, he does this bowing thing that sort of, you know, like he's praying a little bit. This is worse than Super Pitfall. It's worse than The Last Ninja. If it had a big mode, you know, that'd be nice, but it's worse than Predator. It's worse than Spider-Man: Return of the Sinister Six. Yeah, it is worse. Again, just, you know, it's hard because you think about like, oh, well, it's got 3 games in there. Is really all 3 of them that bad? Like, you know, just mechanically, there's just a lot of real terrible. Like, this is worse than Cool World. It's worse than Robo Demons. It's very Wayne's World-esque. You know, like this kind of like platformery type stuff, like, you know, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. The Adventures of David and Goliath and Friends. You'd be better off with a copy of Pest Terminator: The Western Exterminator. This is worse than Metal Mech, but it is not as bad as the Uncanny X-Men. This is our new number 589. Praise be. There you go. It's you know, it's really just a problem of 3 bad games, bad mechanics, bad movement. There's stuff in here that I think if you're looking at this from the outside in, Bible Adventures seems more competently made than some of the other things down here in this phase of the list. But a lot of it is the way that here's the platforming, tiny platforms, weird invincible objects that you are struggling against, getting knocked off of these platforms over and over again. Like it's a lot of stuff around that where you're just kind of getting bopped around, and it's just like, what the fuck am I even doing here? Why are we even, like, it just like stuff like that just adds up fast to make it feel like an absolute mess. That's what does it here. Not visibly broken, like the sprites do what sprites should do. Like the animation is acceptable for an unlicensed game. You know what I mean? Next up, we didn't get to this one last week. Chris wanted to see this one. From your friends at NMS Software and UBI Soft comes Jimmy Connors Tennis. Looks like he's struggling there, like, eh. Yeah, perhaps a little Sean Penn-esque. Look at these bleeps and bloops. I don't want to play 3 sets of anything. Connors, period. Ugh. Like decent animation on the tennis players? I don't feel like I have a ton of control over the ball. Ugh. Oh boy. So, okay, if I plant my feet sooner, then I get more control. Which you have to commit, because you can't. That's weird. That's a weird way to do it. Yeah. Suck it, not Jimmy Connors. Oh! Deuce indeed. I understand the basics of tennis scoring. I just think it's dumb. Oh, I did planted my feet a little too. Oh, ah! Tennis scoring is probably one of those things that if you go read the Wikipedia page about it, they would have some story about ancient history and why it's 1530 and love and ace and deuce and all of some, or just some maniac came up with it. Well, the Archbishop thought that these numbers were evil, so we use this and that. Oh, I was drinking my drink. That's not fair. See, I'm trying to get too fancy. This is like, I don't know. Like, you have more control here than you do in Tennis, the first-party Nintendo classic. But it does not have a good time feel to it. Computer 130. Here's the password in case you want to remember the $0 that you have. Jimmy. and it's really easy for you to like overcock it and hit the ball out like that. Yeah. I don't know, man. Decent animation. Deuce. Advantage Connors. They made serving very easy. You just kind of hit the button and it does it. I don't know if there's more nuance to it that I'm missing there. If you wanted to have trickier serves or something, but... Eat it. Eat it! Eat it! Ah. No. Ooh. Oh, this was exactly what I was trying to avoid. Smoked. Come on now. This is okay. This is I mean, what are you gonna do? Tennis, man. If you're not making weird tennis, if you're not like, hey man, we got weird tennis with weird moves in it, if you're not making Super Baseball Simulator 1000 but for tennis, I feel like this has a decent level of control over the ball. It's the way you do it is kind of funky. But I guess that does kind of create a risk-reward. Like, if you really want to crank that ball, if you're trying to crank that, then you need to commit. You need to plant your feet early. You need to get into position as soon as possible and crank that. But if you crank it too hard, you're going to hit it out. Like, it's very easy for you to over crank it. Yeah, there must be some serve stuff that I don't know about because I'm getting some hot service coming my way. See, like that. I cranked it too hard and it's out. Like, if I just want to hit it straight, like you saw that volley I had earlier where like we got the retro achievement for 50 hits back and forth. Like, it's very easy to just, like, get in front of the ball and hit the button. But you have so little... Oh, you have very little directional control. That's fucked up right though, what that guy just did right there. See? See how long I cranked it there? Way too long. Way too long. But see, there I committed early, thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna crank it, but I misjudged where the ball was going, and planted my feet in the wrong spot. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, that's not bad. It's weird, but also you have to, how do you create a video game of tennis and add like some form of, some form of risk to how you play, and that is a way you can do it. Oh. Okay, and if I pull back, I can... Okay, so like the B button is sort of a lob, but like if I pull down on that, then if I crank it down, then you really get a high shot. And then if you want to try to dribble it over the net, you can put... So, I mean, you are kind of putting different types of spin on the ball there. That's not bad. That's not bad. Whoa! I hit the space bar. Too much cranking. Too much cranking. I don't want a tennis game that is going to get too much more complicated than this, to be honest. This is right about the right level. Maybe like a Virtua Tennis on the Dreamcast. Like, that's about... Anything beyond that, and you've gone too far. but it definitely gives you a better level of control over the action than Nintendo's own tennis game. They try to do more by giving you passwords and earnings, and, you know, they try to bring some progression into it, which I'm not going to write down a password for a tennis game. I've got a life to lead. See how much cranking I did there? Overly cranked. And that was a mistake I knew I was making as I was making it, but was powerless to stop it. I wonder if you can uncrank. Like, if you really plant your feet early and realize, like, oh, dude, I've been holding to the right this entire... I'm about to... I wonder if you let go. The game's a little too fast for me to test that. I've been trying to, like, plant my feet and then let go and see if it goes straight. No, that's still got a little bit of turn on it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I switch directions, it will... There's like a secret meter hidden in the background somewhere. Oh, I fought the exact same person again at this other tournament, so that they have 58,000. I fought Mr. Computer again. Brussels Belgian Indoor Championship. I don't, you know, I assume this is supposed to be clay, right? I don't know that I notice any difference in the court surface. That was cranked. I was cranking that for a long time. Big cranking. That was bad. It was just bad. Yeah, so I'm trying to... It looks like if I switch directions, like if I crank right and then as it's coming in, switch to left, it seems like I can get it to go straight, so you can kind of correct situations where or if you're just cranked too hard, if you're definitely going to hit it out because you've been winding up forever. Does that make sense? How I'm describing these mechanics? What were the other options here? Other than no music, which I might take. After hearing that music for as long as we just did, I might land on the side of no music. Give me 300 balls! At the US Open. Beginner, intermediate, overheads, advanced. I don't know. Imagine doing this. Imagine hitting all 300 of these balls. This is some like desert bus type shit. Imagine doing this. I wouldn't even want to hit 100 balls. See how long I was winding up for that one. Is there a retro achievement for this? No, it's just win on 3 set matches on intermediate or higher, which is even crazier to me than hitting 300 balls. That would take forever. And on advanced, okay. So, no thank you. Looks like they got some sponsor, you know, like they got, what, the BMW German Open. I mean, they're, you know, other than not having a lot of other tennis players than Jimmy Connors. Win a 6-set love. $75 shots on advanced difficulty. Earn maximum money. No achievement for just hitting 300 balls, huh? I feel like that's the type of dumb thing that would be a good achievement. It's not super difficult, it's just time consuming. And also dumb. Okay, so normal stroke is A and powerful stroke is B. Okay. That's weird. B felt, I mean, you know, it felt like he was backing up when you're hitting with B. The stroke angle depends on the length of time the control pad was pressed as you prepare your stroke. So when you're in stroke preparations, you need to make sure that you want to crank it the right way. Yeah, so looks like I figured out the controls pretty well, I guess, by the end of that one. But B didn't feel especially more powerful. He would back up a little bit, but it wasn't like, didn't feel dramatically more powerful, but maybe that's how you get the fancier serves, is you go for the power strokes instead of your normal strokes. This is totally all right, man. Like, as a tennis game goes, like, you have good control. You have good control over the ball, right? And that's ultimately what you want out of a tennis game. But you don't necessarily always want that to come with a ton of complexity. And I feel like this does a pretty good job of splitting the difference of, like, okay, you've got a good level of ball control. There's risk involved if you want to, if you really want to stroke that, if you really want to stroke it good and get it over to the side, you have to take the risk of planting your feet early and really crank it for that stroke. And I think that creates a good amount of risk. Like, it could have doubles. Like, that would be, you know, it doesn't have that. It does have 2-player, but it doesn't have 4, which would be kind of neat, I guess. But whatever. I think two players is probably good enough. And so it has most of the options of what you would want. It has something resembling a progression, which is fine. It's a pretty good tennis game, considering, you know, like, I was going to say within the platform limitations, but honestly, when we get too much further past, like, with some rare exceptions, right? When we talk about, like, real tennis and not Mario tennis, You know, Mario Tennis I think has been pretty great at times. I'm glad that they announced a new one. That's potentially cool. But if we're looking for something that is like meant to resemble real tennis, right? I don't want much more than this. I don't want much more than what you've got here. It's the sort of thing that, you know, if you had 4 buttons, you know, you could have like, you know, forehand, backhand, overhead smash button, a lob button, you know, you like on a 16-bit, you could, you know, use the 4 buttons that way or whatever. But this is effectively what you are doing with the D-pad when you are cranking it is you are effectively adding spin to the ball, right? To kind of get it. At least when you're going up and down, you know, you kind of are, there is something resembling a drop shot here, but it's not overly exaggerated. It keeps everything relatively hittable, and you know, it's much like a baseball game that doesn't have high balls and low balls, just kind of left and right movement. It ends up coming across a little bit like that. And I think that's a sane level of complexity for a tennis game. There's a little bit more they could do. You know, yeah, you could adjust the size of the player. You know, like it was a little too easy to hit it out, is what I would say. You know, a bigger court with faster moving players or something like that, you could kind of do that. You know, like you could adjust that a little bit, or the feel of that a little bit to maybe correct for that. Or if they cheated it a little bit to be like, hey, we're going to make it a little hard for you to overcrank it until you knock it out. Like they don't really, there's like a level of assistance they could put on that to be like, you know, within reason, you're going to move the ball, but you know, we want to keep the ball in. Because he's Jimmy Connors and he's a professional tennis player and you are not, but you're playing as Jimmy, so we're going to do that for you. I think that's something that would probably benefit the game a little bit. We're kind of splitting hairs at some point. Like this is a pretty good tennis game for what it is. It's better than Nintendo's own tennis, which is right here. But you know, at the end of the day, it's not it's not some dramatic like, oh my god, what an amazing video game. It's like, this is a really good tennis game, and there's a level of excitement that is appropriate for that. You know, that they're not necessarily going above and beyond. It's like getting really excited about a port of Pong at some point. You know, it's not like Rockstar Table Tennis, right? Which like they took the same basic concept of a paddle, you know, like paddle and net, whatever, and imbued it with so much personality that that they really, you know, like that is a way you can take this concept beyond, right? Is have a bunch of players with a bunch of personality and stop just short of being like, and Wario can set the ball on fire with garlic butt power, you know, or whatever, right? You know, Waluigi has extreme suck poison balls, you know, and still have something that resembles reality. So, you know, there's more that could be done conceptually with this, but probably not here on the NES. But yeah, it's better than Mule. It's better than Alex DeMayo's Race America. Is it? I mean, yeah, it's better than Dino Wars Destruction of Spongulus. It's better than tennis. Is it better or worse than Solstice: The Quest for the Staff of Deimos? It's a better game than that. But it's not better than 10-Yard Fight. which, you know, similarly, like obviously the complexity of football is like off the charts, right? When we talk about, you know, sports games of this era and trying to duplicate that. And I think 10-Yard Fight does a really good job of simplifying football down to a 2-button game, down to an arcade game, really. I mean, you know, it's originally 10-Yard Fight is originally an arcade game. I mean, it's certainly Jimmy Connor's Tennis is not better than NES play action football. That's for sure. Jimmy Connor's Tennis is better than Solstice: The Quest for the Staff of Deimos. It's no Gyromite. It's better than baseball. A lot of first-party stuff right around here, huh? Well, I guess 10-Yard Fight is not I mean, Nintendo released that here, but much like Kung Fu, it is an IREM game. Right? IREM did 10-Yard Fight. They did Kung Fu. Yeah, anyway. No, date it. That's all a blur. Whatever. I'm in ranking mode. That information, that science is locked away while we focus on this science. The science of Thomas, Sylvia, and Mr. X. This is better than baseball. It's better than Jimmy Connor's Tennis is better than Spy Hunter on the NES, but it is nowhere in time as Carmen Sandiego. It's our new number 230. That's good. You know, like it's easy to sit here and say like, oh, well, tennis is so simple. Like it's easy to make a great tennis game, but like, why are so many of them bad then? I still try to check out a tennis game when they win in the rare moments when they bring out a tennis game. I'm still like, yeah, tennis game. Yeah, all right. Like that 2K, whatever that last 2K one was, that Topspin. Not a great game. All right, this is Jimmy at 230. Next up, Not a Name wanted to see this one, and I am terrified by the title. Oh, man. All right. From your friends at Konami. And Novotrade, it is Tiny Toon Adventures Cartoon Workshop. It's funny because this demo makes this look like it's a platformer. This looks like it's a video game. Okay, let's get going on this. Okay, so we've got some scenes. Oh, can we enter our own words? Oh, this is a very slow moving. Everything about this interface. Oh my gosh. And so much of it has like digitized audio. Despite it being a early 90s Konami game, I feel like we're not getting the benefit of Konami drums. Like some of this stuff is all right, we're going to go with okay, so we have to choose. I assume we choose 2 characters here. We want a Buster Bunny walking. We'll line it up here. Sure. The countdown is dumb. Okay, yeah, no, we don't need to see it again. I'm good. Oh, and we can frame by frame it here. So that's what this is. We have some kind of playhead almost that we can. The movement on this is, I am, no. Why is it going? It is like reverse scroll. And it is so slow. Yes, happy holiday. That's what we want him to say. Happy holiday. That's what people say. Over here, we're going to put some props. Like a downpour. It's going to track that way. The motion's going to go that way. And that's going to start at frame 54. So let's... So that, I assume he's just going to walk, and then we get to frame 54, the text and the rain will trigger, right? Happy holiday! Okay, I mean, it did exactly what I told it to do. So... We want sound effect 3 to play right there. Happy holiday. Okay, so let's... At frame 66, can I have... Babs Bunny show up? And give chase. From here. Okay, we can only set left or right motion here. No control over... Oh, okay. A little bit of control over speed. Okay, we have some speed control. So I wonder... Okay, let's set that motion to okay. I want to... Okay, so this peters out after frame 60. So that rain only lasts like fucking 5 frames. All right. So if I go over here... No, that was props. That was on our... There's no loop around on this, so if I push right from all the way on the right, it does not loop back around to the left, which is shitty. We want it to start right there. We want to set that motion, but we want to speed it up a little bit. Ideally tracking with Buster as he moves, but we probably didn't get the speed right. So that's, what is that? That's going to be, she's going to appear and give chase after the happy holiday, I think is where I started that. Okay, so it moves, the rain moves a little faster. Can I only have 2 actors in a scene, and does that include props? Because the what's-her-face did not spawn. I assume that means that... me putting the rain back in overwrote. Yeah, that's probably exactly what happened, isn't it? Can I put Furball in and have him just like up here and walk out of shot? And does that free me up for another actor? Like, is the rain still there? Is my question. So he exits. Oh, and apparently that breaks everything. Because he's actor 1, it probably tracks him over actor 2. This is going to start on frame 1. We don't want this here. We want to oops that out. Oh, but because actor 1 is still like, because this is still here. Was that frame 54 that I had the text play on? Let's put this fish in. Chase him like he's friggin' Pac-Man. We're making Pac-Man cutscenes over here. Oh. I didn't hit OK on that, did I? What a suck fest. Oh, well, wait, no. Like, he's still... Okay, so you can see exited and that thing still is there, but the camera doesn't... And I guess, okay, so it makes sense because next to the number 1, they put the camera up there. So you know, like, okay, actor 1 is going to be the one that is focused on. And so when that fish spawns, it should scroll over here, right? I mean, does that start to happen? I mean, really what I need to do is start this over and make Buster actor 1, and then everything else can be actor 2. Yeah, okay. So the happy holiday triggers, and then it tries to go over here to catch up with the fish. Okay. Okay. So the answer is you can have multiple, it's not just limited to 2 actors. It's good to know. We learned a lot. B just makes it play, man. How do I stop this? Also, no custom words, as far as I can tell here. We'll look at that. I feel like that's another thing worth knowing, because if I can't enter like custom dialogue, then what are we even doing? Oh, okay. I could have just changed scene and erased my film. Who was our star? It's Little Beeper. Wow, that's this fucker is making the fucking unlicensed NES game pause noise almost. It's very close to the fucking... Oh, man.
Stick it up, yeah! Stick it up, yeah!
You cannot set motion on a standing animation. So I can't make him float away. Even though there's a cloud prop, like you couldn't just have him float across the screen on a cloud, because the walking doesn't, or the standing animations don't move. I think that sucks. No, I didn't. Okay. We want to be around frame, let's say 60. Nice round number for us to remember. And then what do we got? Nothing like a nice relaxing dip in the old duck pond. Just my luck. Why me? Oh, collusion. Don't you just hate when that happens? Meanwhile, let's see carrot juice, carrot salad, carrot chips, carrot cake. It's a lovely day for a picnic. Raleigh it is. Okay. The show must go on. Later that day, I look marvelous. Really? Is Billy Crystal in this? Oh, can we talk? What? Did the characters of Tiny Toons talk like Joan Rivers? Yes, they did. Okay. All right. Great. Great. I guess. Okay, so that happens. And then let's say 10 frames after that, around frame 70. Melody 5 will play, along with the appearance of a weird smoke cloud. There you go. My art. Watch it again, in case you... Can you save your project to the cart if this was physical? Your friend of mine, JT Daily Update in the Discord, has posted some pictures of the manual here. And it includes instructions for saving your cartoons on a VCR. Remember, when you turn the power off on your NES, you lose all the work you've created. Therefore, if you want to save your cartoons on a videotape, you should have the VCR hooked up before you begin. We recommend that all connections between components to be made under adult supervision. The first thing you need to do is hook your Nintendo Entertainment System to a television with a VCR. And then it shows a bunch of diagrams of you hooking a Nintendo up to a VCR. Does the NES have to pass through the VCR? Yes, it does. Yes. Which that's, you know, like a lot of TVs didn't have AV inputs, but a lot of VCRs did. And so if you wanted to use your, you know, yellow and red cables, your AV cables instead of RF, which would still generally be a cleaner signal, even if your VCR was hooked up RF to the TV, you know, you maybe already did this to begin with. Okay. Maybe we could add a little something on frame 1 here, just, you know. Calamity Coyote. Stam. Stam is the name of this animation. Not stand. Stam. Yep. So now our explosions should still play. Why does that keep exploding over and over again? Oh, nope, it's gone. I wonder if it's because that thing did not exit frame. Because the little hole stays there, and that's why it replaces the... Okay. This feels very compromised in a lot of ways that make it very annoying to deal with, not the least of which is just how sluggish this menu responds. It is abysmal. I am holding down the down button here, and look at how fast these things move. Like, this sucks. Like, these tools are bad. Don't worry, be sappy. Are we working from the same script? It's fun. Yeah, that's funny. I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom. Happy birthday. So they put things in there for, like, you know, hey, are you making something that you're going to show someone else? Like, that's, you know, sure. It makes sense. But it's a pretty rough set of tools, man. A pretty rough set of tools. Without a lot of stuff. How's the city look? Like freaking Hogan's Alley over here. I want darkness. This is good if you want to green screen it onto something later. If you want to make Twitch transitions. Put it on a black screen and then key it out, I mean, unless it has green, I can't. Okay, okay, it's got a few different colors, so that's. So if you really want to key it out, I mean, you could find I bet a lot of these characters don't have this specific shade of light green in it, so you could key it out really easily. There's a project for you, for your Twitch streaming enjoyment. It's a shame that this wasn't on the SNES, because then you could use mode 7 to scale these sprites up and down. Instead, you're limited to their original existing size, which is not awesome. Though I suppose if you were putting this into OBS, you could. I mean, you'd probably just rip these sprites and just use. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. What year was this? This is late, right? This is. I mean, this is a pretty late Konami logo for the NES, or like intro. 92 or something, right? Yeah, 92. It's. I like the question to ask here is this better or worse than Color a Dinosaur? A relatively similar concept. Color a Dinosaur is less capable than this in terms of what you can do or with it or whatever, but like this is better than Color a Dinosaur. But it is so it is so incredibly common. Yeah, Videomation is kind of the other one of these, right? Is that the Yeah, we have Color a Dinosaur here and then Videomation up here. This is better than Color a Dinosaur. And it's better than, well, it's like the art looks better than Videomation because it's licensed stuff, right? It's like here, they made a Buster Bunny, right? And so they're working with licensed material, and Videomation is not, right? And so this is in some ways looks better than Videomation, but Videomation is like a little bit more technically capable in a few ways, right? I mean, it's this thing sucks. The menus and a lot of the ways you can operate it. This is. If this just had a cleaner and faster and smoother interface, I think we could have a different conversation about Tiny Toon Adventures Cartoon Workshop. But I think that's ultimately its downfall. Is that it's just clunky and unfun to work with. Videomation, like the tools are what they are, but like it's fun to just splatter around and just, like almost paint program out a little bit with it. Color a Dinosaur is not that. Color a Dinosaur is like, it's a fill tool in Photoshop, and that's all you really have. And then you can change color palettes. And the NES is not great with color palettes, so you kind of have to change all the colors at once. And so it's a really limited and really crappy paint program. This is better than that. because you do have something resembling expression here, but it is no videomation. But I would also put it below The Simpsons Bart Meets Radioactive Man. It's worse than Action 52. It's worse than the mutant virus Crisis in a Computer World. It is worse than Mickey's Safari in Letterland. But it is better than Color a Dinosaur. It is better than Mermaids of Atlantis, The Riddle of the Magic Bubble, which you may know as Bubble Bath Babes. It is worse than Where's Waldo. It is worse than Daydreamin' Davy. It is better than Bill Elliott's NASCAR Challenge. It is our new number 550. Tiny Toon, what's the full name? It's Tiny Toon Adventures? Yeah, real adventure here we're having. Tiny Toon Adventures Cartoon Workshop. I think it's kind of interesting that developers tried to bring these kind of like non-gaming tools out, but the NES is ultimately a little too limited. Well, whatever. No. Like, I'm not going to blame it on the platform. Like this is just not well made. Like, I think they could have done a lot better with a Tiny Toon Adventures Cartoon Workshop, just in terms of making the tools more responsive and having that thing work a little better than it does. Like, that's the real problem here. If this were performant, if Tiny Toon's Adventures Cartoon Workshop were performant software, it would be better. You would be able to mess around with it a little more smoothly and just kind of try stuff out. But like, every single thing you want to try is just a sluggish menu on top of a countdown that takes too long to preview your thing. The timeline could be a little bit smarter about letting you know, like, oh, this actor 2 exited and now you can use a new one, or like, there's things they could do with that timeline to make it show you what you've done a little bit more cleanly. And so it's really, yeah, there's just, the tools have problems, you know? You had a lot of this stuff appearing on computers around this time, you know, like a lot of DOS software around, was Spider-Man cartoon, this, and you know, like all the different things that were coming out that would let you slap this sort of stuff together. There's a lot more that could have been done here that would have resulted in something somewhat better than this. Ugly Lawn suggested our next game. And it is an unlicensed game. Hot on the heels of Blackjack, which I'm guessing this is going to look and sound almost exactly the same. From your friends at American Video Entertainment and Odyssey Software comes Solitaire. Yep, multiple card backs. Yeah, this is the same basic options. I appreciate that they allow a draw 1 as well as a draw 3. The bass, the low bass in this is too much. Kind of like fancy cards. I like draw 1 because I just like to relax and have a good time. Oh, this music. This like listen to the low, like weird low bass that's happening here. Ugh. Just stop. I can't move part of a stack, can I? Doesn't look like it. Oh god, the audio is killing me. It's like any... It's just like it's using sidechain compression or something. In the absence of any audio, you just hear that weird high-pitched whine of really low bass on this platform. You know, like... Ugh. Really disruptive to my well-being, this audio right here. I hope that comes across on the stream, that like that this audio isn't getting like crunched away. I hope that you can hear the atrocities that are happening right now. It's making me feel bad. Like it's making my insides feel real weird right now, you guys. I don't... Oh, okay. Yeah, we could use a black 5. Oh, gosh. I mean, if it's draw 1, then we don't need to, you know, I never need to put a 2 down there. Assuming it's going to let us just loop through these cards forever. Oh, God. Oh, God. The audio is... Oh, no. Not a lot of automatic movement in this game. Oh. Oh, I guess I could... Like, I can't B button to cancel this selection either. I need to go back up and hit A again. guess we could do that. And then when that Black King comes around again, right there, we can do one of these numbers. Card movement is so sluggish. I mean, it's fine. Okay, we need that red 8 over here to get at these cards. Let's put this 5 up there. Let's throw this 6 up there. All right, we win. We win. No, I gotta manually move all these cards up. Cool. Well, we might as well put everything down that we can. No, I don't have any place to put that. Until now. Oh. It's like they wanted to use some really deep sub bass kind of thing or something and just like deployed it incorrectly, and it is making my fucking skin crawl. This shouldn't be causing this problem, but it is. Yeah, see, it won't. I have to move it to the exact right. They programmed in no logic to help you. No, like, helpful, like, oh, okay, you know, this is how you're gonna, you know, like, we know what you're trying to do here, so we'll, you know, work with you to automatically select the right stack up here, and again, like it's my stomach feels queasy from the way this sounds. I don't have a good answer as to why that is, but it just oh. So if I had just gotten all the cards down out of the top stack, it would have automatically finished. Oh God, okay. Stop. Oh. Okay. It's rough stuff, man. No one on OC Remix has remixed to the music in Solitaire for the NES. See, people say like, oh, there's no untapped veins left in video games. Every video game has been. It's part of the reason why I was initially a little reticent to rank every 8-bit Nintendo game, because I was like, there's a zillion YouTube videos of every NES game. Like, who's gonna care? You know, because you think like there's no untapped vein, there's nothing left, there's no juice that, you know. And then you discover no one has made a remix of the music of Solitaire on the NES. I could remix that. I could make a better version of that music with a filter, just a simple filter to filter out that channel that is making that horrible noise. That would be better. That's a good looking queen. I don't know, like this does what you would want it to do, I guess, but like again, there's little bits and pieces of things you could do to make this game a little friendlier. They at least did do the thing of if you get all the cards down, it will automatically finish for you, which is nice, I guess, is maybe the way to put that. Nice of them to do it. Because there's other examples of that they could have done, like moving cards up to this top stack, you know? Push start to, okay, if I hit select, it says that, and then I hit start, okay. I like that even with the music off, it gives you music here. So the different card backs have different music then. Oh no, it doesn't. No, I've blocked out what the music sounded like. Oh god. Does Draw 3 have different music? But the different card backs do come with different looking cards, different looking face cards. So that's something. Not a lot of achievements in here. You could you could do this. This is doable. You could do this. Like a doable number of achievements. That music is really messed up, man. Just a real, you know, I wonder that's going to be one of those things that, like, if you're, you know, like audio like that, you sometimes you think like, oh, it on real hardware on a television speaker, a lot of that stuff would get filtered out anyway. But I remember hearing like that, you know, the weird way that really low tones can, you know, there's probably a better term that's escaping me of like what those artifacts are. But like I remember that buzz, like that specific kind of sound coming out of really low, yeah, like a resonant frequency or something. Yeah, because the NES, the audio channel's a little weird on some of that stuff. I remember hearing some of that, like other games, like Hogan's Alley has a little bit of that in some of its soundtrack, a little bit, but like an acceptable amount. And this feels like it's like whenever there's no audio, like whenever the song has any kind of gap, any kind of where maybe there should just be silence, it's like that comes on, and it has like this weird effect of that pumping noise that you get, that pumping sound you get out of sidechain compression. You know, when you go the way you know, sidechain compression on a song, which was all the rage for a good long time. I can always, you know what? I can always go for a little sidechain. Maybe I'm a simple man, but I always like a little sidechain compression. Makes the track feel like it's doing damage to the other instruments with how hard the bass is hitting, you know? It's Solitaire. It's got Draw 1. It's got Draw 3. You know, it doesn't have other types of, you know, I feel like when we get a lot of Solitaire collections, you get into like, this one's got Spider Solitaire and all this other horse shit that no one ever wants to play because I just want to play real fucking Solitaire. And don't call it Klondike, just call it Solitaire because it's fucking Solitaire. You don't need to rename Solitaire just because there's other shittier versions of Solitaire out there. Klondike. Leave me alone. Multiple card backs. Yeah, this is a bad version of this, you know? Windows Solitaire, which I don't know if you've, you know, since Windows 11 is going to, like go fire up Solitaire now. Like, it has Game Pass support for ad-free. If you want to remove the ads from Solitaire, they will let you pay for that now. It's crazy. Like, they've like, even through Windows 10, like, they've like, you can get achievements in it too. You should go get achievements in Solitaire. Live your best life. I have a lot of achievements in Windows Solitaire that I haven't earned yet. Yeah, you get reward points too. That's right. I was right. I feel like this is better than Blackjack was because it's not, you know, the more Blackjack we played, the more it felt like that it was just kind of cheating, or that it had a very low number of random, like it did not have enough randomness to it, and that was the problem with Blackjack. Minesweeper is also weird now on Windows too. They've redone it in a, I don't know. It's weird. But the Blackjack audio didn't do this the way Solitaire does. So it's kind of a toss-up. Blackjack had less worrisome, less troublesome audio, but I think that Solitaire is a better game for a computer platform. Like, playing Blackjack against a computer is some real thin soup, man. Like, no one wants to fucking do that. What are you doing? Solitaire, you can play it. This is not the best way to play it. You should play it on a computer with a mouse like a normal person. Or, you know, if you really want to get fucking nuts, you could always get a deck of cards. Yeah, right. Fuck that. What am I, a prisoner? No, I have a computer. We play Solitaire on it. Solitaire is better than Blackjack. But that, I mean, now, you know what? Solitaire is better than Blackjack. It is not as good as the Mutant Virus Crisis in a Computer World. Is it better or worse than Cybernoid the Fighting Machine? It's worse. It's worse. It's worse. It's worse than Cybernoid. I'm glad we had this conversation. But you'd be better off with a copy of Bigfoot and a copy of Cybernoid. There's a sequel to Cybernoid on the old Commodore 64. And Cybernoid over on the Commodore is a better game than it is on the NES. But not much there. So really what we're saying is that Solitaire is just going to push Blackjack down one. It's our new number 536. Okay. There is one game left on our list for today, but we're not going to have enough time for it. So I think we're going to leave that until next time. We have Solitaire here at number 536. 601 games on our list. The remaining game was suggested by Daniel, who wanted to see King's Quest V, Absence Makes the Heart Go Yonder. And the idea of King's Quest V on the NES is truly a wild one. I don't know what that would it's hard to imagine what that is even going to look like, but we will look at that next week. And then I'm gonna go over to 8-bit Nintendo.science and look at what else we've got left here. Like, what are the standouts? I've got my own list here. You know, obviously we've got, 3 Mega Man games, right? We didn't look at we did 4. We did Mega Man 4, right? My list is maybe not. Yeah, we did 4. We still have Mega Man 5 and 6, Ninja Gaiden 3. I have to erase the Manhattan Project from my list here. Castlevania 3, DuckTales 2. Tetris. I mean, first party games is a really short list as well. First party published games remaining on the list here. It's Pro Wrestling, Super Mario Brothers 3. I guess is the sequel to Mario Madness, which was Super Mario Brothers 2. Maybe you can hold 2 turnips now. I don't know. Tetris 2, the sequel to Tetris. And Zoda's Revenge, Star Tropics 2. I believe that is everything that is first party. Except for like maybe, well, the later Mega Man games were first party games in Europe because Nintendo published them, which is sort of weird. But I guess, when everyone was running away from the NES, especially in Europe where the NES was not that big of a deal, Nintendo did some of its own publishing. But yeah, Mega Man 6 might have been. Yeah, no, the Nintendo published Mega Man 6 here in 1994. 1994. We've still got like Baseball Stars 2. I've got that power pad pretty much all aired out. I'm just waiting for the weather to cool down a little bit because it's so hot in this room that if we do a bunch of power pad games, it's going to be the fucking end of me, man. So I do need to bring that in and just test it and make sure it all works because I didn't even bring it in the house because that thing stank so much. And I have the adapters for MIDI stuff. Speaking of weird hardware, I believe I can take a MIDI adapter, hook it up to the Mister, and then hook a MIDI keyboard up to the Mister to play like Miracle like piano. What is the real name of that? The Miracle Piano Teaching System. So yeah, that's the other kind of weird one. And I bought the hardware that I believe is necessary to get that working on a Mister. And so at some point, maybe we can learn how to play the piano. I would not mind to know how to actually play the piano. Like, I can play one note at a time and pluck out little melodies and stuff, I can fuck around, but like I can't play the piano. We still have Adventures of Lolo 3. We have Arkanoid, which that's that came with a separate controller. The Vouse, the little, it came with a spinner. I have a spinner. In fact, where is my? I've got all kinds of stuff down here. I got like a foot controller for feet stuff. I got. And I got this. My hot spinner. This would probably work pretty well for Arkanoid. This definitely works for Arkanoid on the Mister, the arcade version. But I assume you could set it up to work with the Vouse, whatever the NES, whatever the NES controller for sure. So yeah, I've got one of these, and I'll have to fuck around with it a little bit and see what the deal is with that. But I think we should be pretty much set for the kind of weirder hardware stuff, you know, barring, like, this is all stuff that I've read that this works, but I haven't necessarily hooked it all up and tried it for myself. But it should all work just fine. But like, we've got there's some weird stuff on the list too that made it a lot farther than I thought it would in terms of like not getting ranked yet, like High Speed, the pinball game that's like Pinbot. Someone requested Star Trek The Next Generation just the other day, so that'll probably be sooner rather than later. The Chess Master, jeez. All right. Ultima 4 and 5. Uninvited. World Games. Winter Games. We have one more WWF game left. Twin Cobra, Twin Eagle. And there's a little bit of Micronics left on the list, but not much. You know, we got like Gemfire and Genghis Khan and some of that kind of Koei strategy stuff. We still have Dragon Warrior 3 and 4. Power Blade 2. Times of Lore. And then the unlicensed stuff is, I don't know, like I feel like maybe I'm wrong and there's something on here that is just an absolute minefield that I'm not aware of, but like, looking at the remaining unlicensed games, I don't know that there's anything left on here that is quite as grim as like a Raid 2020 or, you know, even a Bible Adventures or something. We have, Death Race. I don't remember what Death Race is, but I could see a world in which Death Race is real bad. I could see a world in which something known as Death Race is a pretty bad game. We've got Rad Racket Deluxe Tennis 2, so, you know, some more tennis. We have Stunt Kids, Tengen Tetris, Alien Syndrome, the port of Sega's arcade game. Since Sega, you know, it's weird because Sega games came out on the Famicom just fine, but then, you know, because the Master System was what it was, they did not bring those games over to the NES. And so, you know, stuff like Afterburner, well, you know, like some of the stuff came out as unlicensed games, but there's even more Sega stuff that just never made it out in the US. And that's always kind of interesting. Like Space Harrier, like there's a Japanese version of Space Harrier that was never released in the US. And yeah, there's the unlicensed games. It's like Roadrunner, RBI Baseball 3, Quattro Arcade, and Quattro Sports. We'll have to do Peekaboo Poker at some point, which that is the strip poker game, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna have to look at that separately, and as well as Hot Slots, which is a great name for a porno slot machine game. These are great names. These are great names. So we'll have to figure out how to do those. You know, we got off light with Bubble Bath Babes because they made a non-boobed out version of it, so we were able to just play Riddle of the Magic Bubble on stream and not have to figure out how to stream Bubble Bath Babes. But yeah, maybe I'll do a separate video with those games in them, or we'll figure it out. Maybe that's something that we'll have to live on archive.org along with my Hall of Fame entry for Stroker for the Commodore 64. But we'll figure that out. It's an interesting list of games left, you know, like it's stuff that really is still kind of all over the place. You know, you got Castlevania 3, but also you got Captain Planet and the Planeteers, which I bet that's great. We still have Batman Returns, Bandai Golf Challenge Pebble Beach. We're running out of like there are very few games left from like 87. I think we've done everything earlier than 87. Is Pro Wrestling maybe Pro Wrestling was 87. But I don't think we have any 86 games left. Yeah. Or 5. And we have like 7 games left from 87. And then 3 games left from 88. 22 games left from 89. 43 games from 1990. 27 from 91, 31 from 92, 18 from 93, and 5 from 1994. And that is the cutoff. I don't see any 95s or 96s in here. Someone did request Euphoria this week. Daniel, I believe, was his name. But that was not released in the US within the appropriate time frame, so it is not applicable for the list. That didn't come out in the US until like 2010. Like it was like the Virtual Console release was its first real its first real domestic release, and so as such we're not going to include it on the list. But yeah, this is I'm excited by this stuff that's left because it's such a weird mix. And it's stuff that I don't know that I've played most of it. Like that's kind of the other cool part about this is like there's some stuff that I'm certainly familiar with, RBI Baseball 3, Tengen Tetris, and a few other games here and there, but like 1994's The Flintstones Surprise at Dinosaur Peak. Swords and Serpents from your friends at Acclaim. Like, I feel like I know what Starship Hector is, but I don't remember exactly what it is. Like, I mean, it's a shooter, right? We've got sports of every stripe. We've got 2 wrestling games left. We've got Nigel Mansell's World Championship Racing, which I only thought of as a SNES game. We have the freaking sequel to Golgo 13, which I know I've tried a few times over the years, but I never really remember what is the deal with the Moffat conspiracy. Is that game any good or what? We still have Battletoads Double Dragon. Cyberball. Cyberball was on the NES? Man. 92. I always thought of that as a Genesis game. That's the same thing, right? That's a port of the arcade game, right? Yeah. Weird. I only played that on the Genesis. That was Cyberball on the Genesis was a game that they advertised as being like, you're going to get a modem for your Genesis and you're going to be able to play Cyberball against other people over the phone. And I was like, fuck yeah. And then that modem never came out. Cyberball on the Genesis was okay. Right? It's been a while. I like Cyberball. Cyberball was a fun game. Anyway, that's going to do it for us here. You can, if you want to like look at the rest of the list of remaining games, you can go to 8bitnintendo.science, and down at the bottom of the list, there is a link to the remaining games page, and you can look at everything that's left there. And yeah, you too can sit and imagine, what is Destination Earthstar? I don't know what it is, but Imagineering made it. And so we're not out of that forest yet. We're not out of that trench of games made by Imagineering. Ugh. Be back next week to rank some more. Be back on Tuesday to, podcast and do all that other stuff. So come on through. We'll do some stuff with video games. Have a good weekend.